Okay, guys, so I'm gonna split this video into a couple parts. So I've actually gotten some things done. Some of it I just did. It would actually been interesting for me to. I thought about it and I was like, oh, I should have recorded this. This is actually going to be something interesting. And obviously, you're not looking at Unicorn Gundam pieces. I mean, you could easily make out Exia's uh, GN long and short blades. And the reason why I'm using this is because to test out my panel lining or the panel line wash using either a silver plate marker or Tamiya's chrome silver, acrylic chrome silver. And I just realized something. I cannot use acrylic panel lining wash and use an acrylic clear coat. Okay, I'm gonna have to find another kind of clear coat if I'm gonna go with the chrome silver, which is what I was hoping for. But depending on the different kind of effect, I actually like the effect of plated silver. Now this is actually something I didn't even plan before, so there's still one thing that I need to demonstrate, and that's using a where are you? There we go. I'm gonna use an enamel panel line wash using I'm hoping these are not acrylic, okay? Because if they are acrylic, then I cannot use. If anyone knows if Gundam markers are acrylic or not, they might or might not be. Considering I've gotten some paint done using a Gundam marker and it got wet and nothing happened, so I'm not sure if that's the case. But if you know for sure whether they're enamel or acrylic or oil based or whatever base, let me know. But what I did mention in the video is I was going to panel line using some sky blue on the unicorn mode. I've decided now to use the sky blue not just on the unicorn mode but also on the destroy mode to kind of accent, kind of bring out. You've already got so much red going on. I kind of want to balance it out and bring out the blue, the very blue that is the theme of Unicorn Gundam that you see throughout the OVA. Dust, or not dust, but thrust particles and all. So yeah, that's my plan. For now, though, I wanted to see using a panel line wash. One second. Alright, so that's as best as I'm gonna get. But this one I did with the silver plate Gundam marker. Basically, you see there's these 4 dots there. Basically, you take the marker, of course uncapped, and you squeeze, you push in to, I guess, milk the marker of the paint. Not all the way, you kind of want to go a little, like halfway, a little bit less, a little bit more, depending on how much paint you got in your marker, of course. And then just let the paint run through the panel lines. That's one way you could do a panel line wash, or you could do it the other way, the more traditional way, by using a paintbrush. Same idea, except you use, I would say, instead of half paint, half thinner, you'd probably go for 3/4 thinner and 1/4 paint, and then you have a usable a wash, a panel line wash. And I did that same thing here using the acrylic chrome silver, which, depending on the different outcomes of the effects, I might go with chrome silver or plated silver. Now, the reason why I use these silver pieces is because I was going to use Tamiya's enamel clear blue. Okay, you know what? Thinking about it, this is acrylic. I wonder if I did a clear blue using the enamel over it, would that cancel out this being acrylic? I don't know. I'm gonna have to resort to Man to find out. Or if any of you guys already know that, then that would be helpful. But for now, that's the idea. If none of that works at all, if I don't like the overall effect, there's still some pieces that I could experiment on, especially the GN long and short blade, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use sky blue directly. So I won't be using red anymore. So that's that. Now, also, just a couple minutes ago, I took a spare parts tree from, I believe it was, I think it was from the Double O Quanta, spare parts tree from Double O Quanta, I think. And I decided to prime it and spray paint it with my Testors flat black, and my Tamiya, and the other side I was gonna spray paint it using my Tamiya NATO black to see the different effects. Basically, I don't like the effect of Testors black, so I'm not gonna use that. And right now I'm waiting for the NATO black to dry up to see what that looks like. So after I cut, I'm gonna come back in and show you guys what that turned out to look like. But as for the clear red situation, using chrome silver or plate silver, kind of the same idea here. And I was trying to think, how am I going to test this out if I have no other clear red pieces to, or if I have no other clear pieces to mess around with? And I thought to myself, I have a friggin' box full of clear parts trees. Thank you, Clear Destiny and Clear Infinite Justice. You actually were useful for something. So I got a red parts tree. A clear red parts tree from Destiny. And right here on this, it's kind of hard to see, I guess. Let me, it's better shown in the light. Let me, oh, sorry. Okay, so you can kind of see the different effects. That one's using chrome silver. It's only one thin layer, so it looks kind of crappy. This here is just using the plate silver marker, so that's totally not what I want to go for. Unless I wanted to end up going subtle. The thing is about using the marker is that I'm gonna have to milk a lot of paint out of it, and I probably don't want to risk that. So I'm probably gonna end up using the acrylic chrome silver. Do you know why I'm trying to go for that look? It's because the animations, it always looks like there's sparks or metal flakes, just kind of coming out of the cyclo frame. And I wanted to somehow mimic that by using this frostier looking chrome silver. So, you know, that's sort of the initial, you know, idea that I wanted to pull off. But then again, I realized this is a darker red than what the Unicorn's red is, so it might come out, so the effect might be a little bit better than this. But that's the general idea of that. So yeah, I'm gonna go back outside, grab that parts tree, and I'll show you guys the outcome of the NATO black. Alright, so I'm back, and can you tell the difference between the two? Can you? I'll tell you this. This one is Testors flat black, just straight up flat black. This is of course only one layer of the flat black, so maybe if I went over one more layer it'd be a little bit darker, because I primed it with that guy over there, the white ones, the white stuff. This is the bare plastic, but I decided to go with white for some odd reason. And then for this side, I decided to spray it with, not that guy, but the gray one. And this is actually Tamiya's NATO black. So for some odd, you know, for some reason, and it's probably because I used white here, this came out looking more like the dark gray, like a super dark gray, than this one. It's kind of awkward or weird, because the first time I used it, it really came out looking really like this. Could be because of the primer. So you can kind of like see the effectiveness of different colored primers and stuff. But I'm not going to use this because it's not really capturing how toyish the plastic looks right now. Using the Testors, I probably would use it on like on another suit, but not for Unicorn's weapons. I don't think so. I'm definitely going to use this though. It's not entirely flat. I don't think it's intended to be a flat finish, because you can see a little bit of gloss there, and I think I'm actually liking this effect, because I guess the difference between flat and matte is that flat has no shine at all, what matte does. It's a flat coat but with a shine to it. So, you know, it's NATO and it's a militaristic color, so I would think this is what they would spray their vehicles, like the Blackbird or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna end up using NATO black after all for the beam cannons, beam magnum, the bazooka, and anything else, especially on Sinanju. I'm probably definitely gonna use this NATO black for other Unicorn Gundam suits that that I might get in the future. I'm really wanting to get my hands on both the Gera Zulu and a Rizal Commander type, because I like the Rizal Commander type. It just looks awesome. Anyway, this is yeah, gonna disregard Tester's flat black, set it aside for later on. Definitely gonna use NATO black. At this very moment, I'm convinced on using the chrome silver behind the red for the clear parts, and oh, that still remains unsolved. So let me stop this, set the camera on a tripod, and hopefully I still have some time to record me actually doing a panel line wash for you guys to see. Alright, so I'm going to demonstrate to you guys a noob-ass style panel wash. So do not, get on my panel line wash, because just because I'm showing it off to you doesn't mean I'm pro at it. I'm just showing it off to you because I'm experimenting. And like I said, you guys could, I guess, join me in the agony and the success, depending on whether it's agony or success. Now I actually went ahead and, here's the paint. So right now I'm doing not clear blue. I already did the clear blue on those pieces, and I actually don't like the way it came out, so I've decided to just forget about the whole silver thing and go straight with light blue, or what is, yeah, sky blue. I actually went and did it there so far. I kind of had too much thinner. It just went there. That's fine. It's just a test. But right here, these are these pieces here. If I can get some room. These pieces are the beam saber hilts connector thingies for Exia. I guess behind the ones that go on his back skirt piece, I suppose. It came out actually pretty nice. Now the thing is, don't take my entire word for this. I actually went lazy and I kind of just dipped the brush in the thinner multiple times and got a little bit of blue, a little bit of sky blue, and dipped the brush in there very slightly because I didn't want to have to mix. And just since this is just an experiment, I didn't want to have to mix things up. And if anything goes wrong, then I just wasted some paint. So, just watch. Don't take my full word for it. I'm not recommending you guys do it the same way I do. By all means, don't do it the same way I do. But here we go. So, you'll see the magic of, I guess, panel line washing. So there's a nice little thin panel line there that you probably would normally either leave alone or actually panel line with a panel line Gundam marker. So you just take a super thinned out paint and dab into the panel line. And son of a gun, it dried up. Okay, hold on. Tutorial fail right there. That was funny. Okay. There we go. Hopefully this cuts it. Once again, don't take my word for anything here. This is just completely experimental. So I need more thinner. Okay. So really, the thinner the better. Like I said, 3/4 thinner, and then 1/4 paint. Okay, that was way too much thinner, but you kind of see the idea there. So I'm gonna do it. Oops. I'm gonna do it here on the next one. So hopefully you guys can. Okay. there you go. Instant panel line. Now you want to, of course, clean that up. Wait till it dries up. Take like a Q-tip or a little washcloth or whatever. Dip that in the same thinner that you used for the wash, and just clean up. But you want to do it lightly. You don't want to like rub it off. You want to just, you know, do it very lightly. I guess let's keep going. I don't know if you caught that, but I guess it's a little too bright right now. Maybe that'll help. Instant panel line, just like that. So yeah, that's a little thing that if you guys are not aware of panel line washes, then there you go. That's kind of the gist of it. Once again, I'm gonna remind you guys not to follow exactly what I'm doing. But you know, if you want to go check out how to properly do it, there are tutorials online that you could check out. So yeah, that's an experimental phase in this video. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's just an experimental phase. So now I know what I'm gonna do. I'm definitely gonna pen line with the sky blue using a pen line wash. I'm definitely gonna use the Nadal black, and I'm definitely gonna use chrome silver for the clear red parts of the destroy mode's inner frame / psycho frame. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. If it was, then I'll just upload it on the Versus Z channel. Just because I got, you know, the extra time there. But if it does go past 15 minutes, you know, of course it'll be Versus Z channel. And I guess if you guys are watching us on the Versus Z channel, then hey, you just got yourselves another treat. Alright, thanks for watching.